When does caring become controlling? When does caring for somebody become you having control over that person? Um, have you ever had somebody say to you, I'm doing this because I care for you, or I'm saying this because I care for you? And at the moment, it felt so loving. But after a while, it began to feel like you're losing your voice. Good evening. Welcome to another moment with conversation with Ini. It's really been a nice ride with all of you that have um, joined the life over time. It's really been pleasant times having to come talk to you and rub minds with you. So tonight, let's talk about when caring for someone becomes controlling. So if you're joining, please let me know where you're joining from. Indicate in the comment section with an hello or an I. And please state where you are joining from. And if you agree with what I'm saying, if you agree with my thoughts, if you agree with my school of thoughts, hit the like button. And you're also free to disagree and share your thought, your perspective. That's why that's why it's chats. That's why I come here to rub mind. So I'm not coming here to teach anybody. I'm coming to learn from you and then trade ideas and then maybe just give my input as an emotional communication specialist. So when does caring become controlling? Because um I don't think I don't think people who become controlling just woke up overnight and say, today I'm going to control my wife. She must do everything as I say. Or I'm going to control my husband. He must listen to whatever I say. Or parents say today my children must do as I say. Or even children to parents today this person must do as I say. So I don't think they just woke up overnight and they started being controlling. Many of them genuinely care. Many of the persons who look controlling, who appear controlling, or who act controlling genuinely care. I think they genuinely care. But I think the problem is along the line, caring um, didn't give way for freedom. It started demanding for compliance, like do as I say. Hi, Dance Maradu 114. Hi, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you. So when does caring become controlling? Like I was saying, a lot of the persons they didn't just wake up and start becoming controlling. They just happen to be that. It just happen to be that along the line, probably because they've gotten used to um, giving orders, making decisions for you. Lots of love to you too, Adams. Adams Marandu. I hope I got the pronunciation of your name right. So because over time they've gotten used to making decisions for you. So along the line, it now becomes a problem because their caring no longer gives room for freedom. And then it's now asking for compliance, like you must do as I say. So let me hear from the comments. Let me get your opinion. Have you ever felt controlled by someone who have you ever felt controlled by someone who is insisting that they are caring for you? Do you want to share your story? Your mom traveled. Oh, oh, you are not home alone, or you are not lonely while you are home. Hi, Shubham. Shubham Shop. I hope I got it right. Thank you for joining Conversation with Ini. Please do subscribe and hit the like button if you agree with our thoughts. If you agree that sometimes caring can become controlling because there's hardly the difference is hardly noticed. Like it's hard to tell the difference except we know the thank you so much. Except we are able to decode the emotional language that each of them say. We might really not know how to tell the difference in controlling. So what do you think? Hi, gorgeous lady. Hello, drifting underscore on. Thank you for joining conversation with me. I hope your day was went well. You might thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shubham. Uh-uh. Thank you for your kind words. Adams, what do you think? What do you have to say about caring and controlling? Have you ever felt controlled by someone who appear to be caring for you? Or have you found yourself in a situation where you think you are caring for the person, but along the line you discover that you are controlling that person? Because this is what care sounds like for me. I trust you to make your decisions, and I want what's best for you. I'm beside you. I want you to make your choice, even if you make a different choice apart from what I want for you. It's totally fine, and I'll be here cheering you on. I'll be beside you. That's what caring sounds like. From that's what caring actually is. That I'm telling the person, oh, I want what's best for you, but because I want what's best for you, I'm going to let you have to. Oh, this is I might give my opinion, but not necessarily force it down your throat. Oh, this is what I think, but I want what's best for you. Oh, you've been controlled before. Adams Maradu, someone who has given you care has actually ended up controlling you. Do you want to share? Mohammed is behind you. Crack tick, crack trick 9225. Come to conversation with Ini. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. I need your subscription so that whatever it is we are saying can reach a wide range of audience and people can start becoming emotionally intelligent. Thank you so much. So, like I was saying, caring sounds like, oh, I want what's best for you, but because I want what's best for you, this is this is my opinion on this case, but I want you to make your decision, and it's fine. Whatever decision you make, I'll stand by you. And even if you make a different decision from what I want for you, it is totally fine because I trust you. You see, the language caring is speaking love, is speaking patience. This the emotional language behind caring when you are caring for someone is love, compassion, trust, patience. You are not impatient with that person. You are not impatient for you, like you are willing to let the person make their own choice and learn from their choices. You are loving enough to walk them through the choice they've made, and you are empathetic enough to like want to be in their situation. Like if I was this person, would you are empathetic enough not to have them have their voice and not want them to do as you want all of the time. Whereas the language control is saying is, "Ah, I don't trust you to make right decisions. You must do as I say." And then another language is saying is, I'm afraid that you might not make a decision. You might not actually notice some points down so that I won't forget. Like it's I'm fond of noting points down so that I won't mix them up or forget. So now the language church is saying is, I'm afraid. I need you to listen. I need you to do. The language control is saying is, I'm afraid. I need you to do as I say. I do not trust you enough to make the right decisions. And so, yeah, we can see the emotions playing. Mohammed is behind you. Thank you. Please let me hear your opinion. Let me hear your thoughts. If you've been controlled before, if someone that's giving you care has actually turned up, like choking, like silencing your voice, not allowing decisions for yourself. So control is like, mm-mm, you're not going to talk to that person because I say so. You cannot go there. No, if you love me, you are going to do as I say. When somebody begin to use, sometimes when people begin to use languages like this at you, I think they are crossing the care line and they've moved on to the control line. So, as someone ever used the words, the sentence, if you love me, you do as I say. If you love me, you are going to do this for me. If you love me, you are going to listen to what I say. And so the language here is fear. When people become controlling, is fear, is pride, is their anxiety, is impatience. They are not patient enough for you to walk your own path and make your own discovery by yourself. And they are afraid that what they fear in their mind's head might actually happen to you, and they're trying to protect you from whatever occurrence might, like they've already projected in their mind might happen to you. And then pride in the sense that this person has had control over you. They have a certain power over you when they tell you what to do. Movie everyone should see. Okay, okay, that's by the way. So pride in the sense that the person controlling has is speaking pride in the sense that they don't want to lose the power they have over you. Like if this person now start having his own mind, if this person starts making decisions and start doing things as him or her wants, I might lose the power, the little power I have over them. A perfect, and note, most times most controlling people is they don't do that because they are arrogant. They do that out of fear. The perfect example I can use now is mother to children, parent to their children. I am guilty because at some point my kids are still a bit young. So when they are playing, they tend to be rough, and then most times they can jump from. They are very energetic, and in the bit of playing, most of them, most times they land with their head, and then they injure themselves. Or so I'm trying to avoid emergency. So at some point, when I see them playing at the living room, I have to arrange sofas all over the ground so that peradventure they become very energetic and start jumping from one sofa to another, one chair to another. When they eventually land on the ground, they will land on the this thing. Or another way I was controlling what they did was I had already envisioned that in my mind seeing them falling. Or I'm already when we moved to a new location here, and it was yet to be fully civilized. It wasn't even meeting the standard of modern civilization because people are yet to occupy the place. So you could see some reptiles once in a while around there. So I was afraid that if my kids go out to play without any adult supervision, so things like snakes, wild insects might bite them. So I restricted their movements, and somehow, because the play children indulge in kind of like sharpen their creativity, like they're window, and like if I'm not doing more than good to these children. So I kind of like suspend that a little, even with still adult supervision around. I allowed them room because at some point I was becoming controlling. Even parents to adults, adolescents, most of the reason why most relationships are not flourishing is because these children are growing up and they're having a mind of their own, and we still want to have as much power that we had over them when they were babies, kids, babies, preteens. Now that they are teenagers and adults, we still want to have the same power and hold over them. So we are afraid that, oh, these ones, they are beginning to question things. They're having a mind of their own. They want to, that in their experimental age, they want to experiment. They want to see things. But because we are being careful as parents, we've already seen all the possible dangers that can happen from their decisions. So we don't trust them enough to make right decisions. We are afraid that if they make wrong decisions, it might affect their lives. And then we are so impatient to make them even try. Like I don't have time. The saying that whatever you feel to learn, whatever you learned in your old age, you should teach your children early enough. That is the same way that the things that we are afraid now, we don't want our children to repeat it, and we'll try to control their every action. So when we know the difference between caring and control, if as parents, we know where to draw the line. As partners in relationship, we know where to draw the line. Even as friends, we know where to draw the lines. Because in most mutual friendship relationship, we want to say that, oh, because this person is my friend, he or she doesn't have the right to talk to somebody else who isn't my friend. Well, I don't think I want to inherit anybody's enemy. And at the same time, I think friendship demands loyalty. So it's you that will use your initiative to know where to draw the line. So let me hear from you, Mohammed. Crack Trick 9225. What's your opinion? What do you think? Where does caring become controlling? As someone who is who said that they are caring for you, they are doing whatever it is they are doing for you, ended up controlling you. How did you feel? How were you able to break free? Did it cause any conflicts, or you found a common ground to settle it so that you could find your own voice? Let me hear from you. Please. And as you join, let me know where you're joining from. And if you agree with my line of thought, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, this conversation with Eni is here to stay. Here we talk about emotional issues. It's all about emotional intelligence. As long as we are human and relating with people, we need emotional intelligence. I am not a relationship expert, or what do they say, but my business is us knowing the emotions that people speak to us, how to tell one or two languages that people are speaking with their emotions without them having to say the word. This way, the people around us will feel seen, they will feel loved, they will feel appreciated, and then we will be able to know how to amend our way when we hurt, or be able to express ourselves when we are proud of them, or we'll be able to say what it is we need from them in a way that they can understand and not feel offended. That is what I do as an emotional communication specialist, and that is what conversation with healing is all about. We'll talk about those issues, those emotional issues that are causing silence in a relationship. A lot of relationships that we see that seem a lot of them inside they are lonely. A lot of marriages that are breaking. I think a lot of them would have been avoided if we know how to speak the right emotional language of our spouses, of our friends, of our siblings. So we all need emotional intelligence, and social intelligence. And there's no way we'll be able to decode this. And there's no way we'll be able to talk about to apply this. Even caring can become controlling. And if you like the conversations that we're holding here, please like the subscription button, the subscription button, and please like. I beg you, like. I beg you, subscribe. Thank you for your time. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I'm actually looking forward to seeing some familiar names that have been with me over for the past 1 week. And I hope that this Adams, Marandro, Shubham, and Cracked Trick Charles, hi, welcome. How's been your day? So we're talking about when does caring become controlling? Have you ever felt controlled by someone who is insisting that they are caring for you? Or has someone ever has to tell you that this thing I'm doing it because I love you. This thing I'm saying to you, I'm saying it to you because I care for you and I don't want you to be hurt. And at that moment, it was sounding so loving, so caring. But over time, you're beginning to feel like you're losing your voice, you're losing yourself, and you're losing your person. Please, I would like to hear your thoughts. So, what are you saying? What are you saying? But um, there's a line I want us to draw here. Maybe the easiest way for us to be able to um, um, the easiest way for us to be able to tell the difference between controlling and caring is this: care gives information, while controlling gives order. So I now found out that the easiest way for me to help my children comply or make the right decisions, um, they're still babies though, is by giving them the information that they will remember. For my 2-year-old, whenever he falls and has injury in his mouth, he has known what blood is. So even when I shout, when I keep shouting, Bobo, you fall down, Bobo, you fall down, he does not understand it. But when I say blood, he understands. So sometimes you'll be the one when he's playing rough, when he's playing rough in a certain way, you'll be the one saying blood, 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 and he will retract his steps and he'll stop whatever it is. But at least I gave him the room to make decisions for himself without having to like say, oh, because you're a baby, you have to do as I say. When I was doing that, it wasn't working for me, even with the girl that stayed with me. It's not working, but until I start explaining and giving them information that will help them make the right decisions. Whereas control on the other side is giving order. That is the difference. While caring is giving information that will help that person. If you care for somebody, if you care for somebody, you are not losing power over. In fact, when you give people information that helps them make informed decisions, your power, the power that you have to influence them still stands because they are still using the information you give them to make their own decisions. And even if they make the wrong decision, it's fine. They will always have a way to get their steps back. So instead of giving orders, I think we should learn to give information. That is what God has been teaching me of recent. So instead of giving orders to, it is the normal way we grew up is to give orders. So instead of giving orders, I'm having to find a way of giving information. So this information, they do with it what they want. So my part is to give you the information that you need, and then yours is to make decisions to do with whatever you want with the information. Even with my husband, he's an adult. When we are, especially when we are relating with adults, even when we are giving people advice, we shouldn't give people advice with the intent that they should take, they must do as you say. You give them your advice and you allow them to make decisions for themselves. You give them your advice should contain information that will help them make informed decisions for themselves. So why control respects, why caring respects choice, control is afraid of choices. Control is saying, I do not trust your choice. I do not trust the choice you're about to make. But caring is saying, oh, it's okay. I'm not afraid of the choice we make. No, as long as none of us is perfect, we are all bound to make mistakes. And the the best way, even if we can avoid making mistakes, even if we can avoid having to make mistakes by learning from other person. But the best example thus far has been from learning from your own mistakes. Let's take for instance, when I initially wanted to start coming on live on YouTube, the first time I ever attempted coming on live on YouTube, I made a whole lot of blunders. Like I didn't even know how to do my settings. I didn't even know how to do some configuration. I was all scattered here and there, and a lot of distractions around me. That life was a mess. But I learned from it. Even though I was looking for somebody, even though earlier people had already told me, had already given me an hint like do this, do this, do this. But most times we won't really get the lesson we ought to learn when we are allowed to face it ourselves, go through it ourselves, and then so by the grace of God, this is not the same me that I'm conversing with you now, because I tried, I ventured, I didn't just there's some people advise me, yeah, but I tried, and even if I made mistake, and even when I made mistakes, I still learned from my mistakes. You get? So we shouldn't be afraid. So in summary, caring gives information, control gives order. Caring is not afraid of choice. Control is afraid of choices. Do you agree? If you agree with me, please. Hi, Charles. Are you still with me? Crack Trick. Are you still with me? Adams. Are you still here? Please, if you agree, say. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know and hello in the comments. And please subscribe so that the algorithm can carry us, and so that you will not miss out on our next conversation. I want to learn from you and maybe share my little knowledge as an emotional communications expert. If my sharing my knowledge thus far, what I've learned over time and I've applied and is working, will help, even if it's one relationship, become better. Why not? I'll keep showing up, even if it's one person that might talk, or that I'm coming here to share my experiences, helps the relationship to become better. Excuse me, I'll still show up. So please subscribe so that we grow together and become better together, and our relationship bloom in, and we'll be able to decode the emotional language that's causing conflicts here and there that we don't even know. Sometimes we are so clueless. In fact, it's even worse for women. They say there's nobody can ever understand a woman, but I don't think it's true. Women are human. They are speaking emotions that if you understand, you'll be able to live with them. And most of them, what the emotions, the things most women need sef are not even much. It might be just attention. I want you to give me some time. It might be feeling importance. Make me feel like a priority. That's the emotional language they're speaking to you, but they're trying everything to call your attention that the thing I'm trying to say to you is for you to make me feel important. I'm trying to tell you that you are not seeing me enough, you are not appreciating me enough, you are not even, I want you to show that you are proud of me. That might be what some women are speaking about. Because I saw a book very voluminous where they are saying 1001 way to know what a woman wants. If you understand the emotional languages women speak or men speak, I'm sure most of our relationship will blossom. So it's been really, really nice talking to you. For those that subscribed, thank you. For those that have joined, that are rejoining and that are looking forward to a conversation every night, thank you. This is Conversation with Ine. Once again, we meet every 9 p.m. West African time, and maybe occasionally by 10 p.m. some days, if I'm not able to meet up by 9 p.m., probably maybe I got home late or I had to attend to my kids or there's an emergency. But as much as possible, I'll try and show up. I will talk about those emotional issues, those emotional things that seem similar in nature, but they are really destroying our peace. They are causing us, they are causing our relationship pains, silence. A lot of persons are depressed even in the midst of people. That is why I'm here. I'm here to spread a lot of love. So if you need my love and the love of people in this community, kindly subscribe and hit the subscription button. And let me know where you're watching from. Our topic for tonight has been, when does caring become controlling? At Real versus Hi Iman. Hi Michael Iman Bean. Welcome at Real Rep 6C. I hope I got your names right. You have you been controlled by someone who is insisting that you have subscribed, or you've been controlled by someone who is insisting that it's because they love you that they are doing whatever it is they do to you, all in the name of care? Thank you. Nice to meet you too, human at Real Rev. Let me start it. Rev XC1. You see, human. Funny. So what part of the world are you joining from? Please, can you kindly indicate the part you are joining from? And do you agree that most times caring can become controlling? Parents can become controlling over their children. Yes, you are first. Okay. So that parents can control their children out of fear, not necessarily because they are arrogant. Wives can control their husband, maybe out of fear and not necessarily out of arrogance or pride. And husbands can control their wife, insisting, I am the head of the house. You must do as I say. Control the children as I am the head of the house. You must do as I say. I appreciate it too. Thank you so much, at Real. Yeah, so where are you watching from? Where are you joining from? Please let me know where you are connecting from. And thanks to each and every one of you that are joining this live session. It's because of you that I'm able to keep coming back over and over again. I'm saying hi back to you. So what's your thoughts? If you agree with whatever it is we're saying, please hit the like button and subscribe. My fellow humans in this place. You don't know where you are? Please find your location. Please find your location. So the question here shouldn't be, so in summary, I think that should be some, my soldiers are always, okay, trying to get what the comment is saying. I don't know where you are. Please find yourself. Goodbye, human. My fellow human. Bye-bye. So don't get me wrong. Not every role is control. Parents set boundaries. Leaders have expectations. Employers have policy. As a parent, I set boundaries in my house. As a leader, the expectation. And then your employers, they have policies that govern their organizations. So this is actually out of what I'm saying. The kind of control I'm saying is from people who are giving us care, from parents to their child, husband to wife, friends to friends, um, sometimes colleagues to colleagues. But organizational policy is not is a must in every organization. Boundaries is a must in every home, and then expectation is a must um, for every leader. So that's not what we are saying. So the question really shouldn't be, are they telling me what to do? The question should be, in their advice, in whatever it is that they are doing, are they giving room for my own dignity? Are they giving room for my voice? And are they giving room for my responsibility? Those are the three questions we should answer. This person that is saying they care for me, this person that is saying he cares so much for me, is doing so much for me. Is my Are they giving room for my voice to be heard? Are they giving room for me to take responsibility as human being that I am? Are they giving room for my dignity? Because if you think I cannot make sound decision, I don't think you respect me enough. So these are the questions we should be asking when making trying to draw the line between caring and controlling. Even you that's giving caregiver, even you that was being concerned over another person, when you're giving care, do you allow them to make decisions by themselves? Do you trust them to make their own decisions and learn from them? Do you respect the decisions they make, even if it doesn't go really well with you? Do you? And are you still loving enough to still walk beside them even when they made mistakes as a result of the decisions they make? I think this is what makes us human, according to at real rev. Is addressing it with the title human, but I think this is what makes us human. So the question I think I want to leave us with this night is, sometimes what shapes my decision is when I'm not there and they want to ask my children about mommy. What would they say about mommy? Would they say, mommy never allows us to make our decisions by herself? Mommy is controlling. When I enter the room and my children are all tensed, would they be afraid to come and share their decisions with me? Would they feel free to say things as it comes to their mind, even if it's rubbish, so that let me hear the rubbish and now give them the information they need so that they will still make their own information? This is what shapes my action most times. And so I'm leaving you with this question, yeah. If people around you, if the people that are closest to you are asked about the kind of love you give to them, what would they say? Would they say controlled, or will they say safe? Are they safe enough to make their decisions? Would they say they are safe enough to make decisions, to come to you, to try things, and still know that you'll still be there for them? Or they will say they've been always controlled? Because, all right, I think I should call it a night here. Thank you to every one of you. I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate the chats. I do appreciate the likes, the subscriptions. I want to see at Real Refs again. I want to see Adams again. I want to see who did I chat with again today? I want to see Shubhams again. I want to see who again. Oh, okay, I've called Adams. As many of you that connected live. This is conversation with Ini. Here we talk about emotional issues. And most times a lot of you know actually what to say. Most times you are proud of somebody, but you just don't know how to go about telling them that you are proud of them. Most times you are sorry, really sorry for what you did to somebody, but you don't know how to go about apologizing. Most times you just want to celebrate people for all they have, but you don't know how to do it. Well, that is my work. I can help you do that via writing. Other brand, Jelly Pain, we do emotional communication services via writing. And we use special occasions like birthdays, anniversaries to do all of this. So I want to call it a night here. Thank you so much. In fact, there's been blackout. This is what we go through in this part of the world. Thank you so much. Do have a good night rest, everyone.